Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dropkick the Commute, the only podcast on the internet where two white dudes talk about wrestling, and one of them is in a car.
We got a fender bender.
That was the longest fender bender ever.
I could do it. I could go longer.
Okay, do it.
No, I gotta save it for the next one. Anticipation.
Yeah, I don't know if we should be excited for this fender bender. There's some pretty serious shit going on.
Well, there's two bad things and two good things. So
do we start with the... What do we start with?
What do you want to do? Do you want to start with the bad? Do you want to start with the good? Or do you want to alternate? What are we thinking?
Let's do the bad news first. I feel like it's always... Because then it makes the good news,
All right.
feel a little more promising.
Bad news number one. Last night on Monday Night Raw, they announced that Ilja Dragunov is injured with an ACL tear, out for 6 to 9 months.
Do you know what that means?
I'm depressed, and he wouldn't even come back at the Rumble.
That's why I'm depressed.
Unless,
because remember my prediction.
Yeah, but maybe he can pull a John Cena and come back like hella early, like a whole month early. Show up at the Rumble, win it, challenge Gunther for the heavyweight.
What a story! But we've seen people come back from like injuries like nothing.
Yeah,
Logan Paul did it. Seth Rollins is that part of the news? Seth Rollins is back.
No, but it could be.
Well, he is back,
back.
I feel like he wasn't gone that long. But then, the question is, how good are they? Are they 100%? Whatever. I think Ilja should take all the time he needs.
Yeah, I agree.
But this does suck because I feel like, in my eyes, he would have been a good candidate to win the Rumble.
It's
or at
true.
least challenge for the World Heavyweight.
It sucks even more so because he got injured at a house show. And
against Gunther,
and he got a standing ovation at the end of that match. So the whole crowd was behind this man, and then he fucking tears his ACL. Like, that's gotta fucking suck, dude.
I'm honestly surprised it didn't happen sooner with the way he throws himself around.
Yeah.
But I know, but it happened while he was getting put in a Boston Crab.
Yeah, I think so.
Crazy. Very unfortunate. You texted me this news, and I was just
shattered.
Oh, that's the tweet where I said I was gonna punch drywall.
Yeah.
Anyways, it sucks, but he also hasn't really been featured that much.
No, he hasn't. He was in that tournament a little bit, and he was in King of the Ring, obviously. But he hasn't really been. Since those two tournaments, they haven't really found a good spot for him, it seems. Which sucks, but hopefully he can come back with a bang. Best wishes to Ilja. Hopefully come back strong. Come back harder than ever.
It's true. The Unzigba, or however you say it.
Yeah, I'm not going to pretend to know how, but that's probably correct. And let's head off the other news here.
Yeah, rip the Band-Aid, make it painless.
The other bad news: Killswitch from AEW was apparently hospitalized this past weekend with double pneumonia. Fightful reported. So that fucking sucks. Pneumonia in an adult is always fucking rough. It hits adults harder than it does kids. So.
Especially with wrestlers too, because I can't think of who exactly, but I remember a wrestler or two having it not too long ago. It might have been Keith Lee. Don't quote me on that. I had a friend send me that too, and was like, "This feels eerily similar to what happened to Brody."
Yeah.
I know he didn't have pneumonia. Again, that was another COVID complication. But within the same realm of illness, but pneumonia ain't no joke. So let's hope Killswitch gets the gets all recovered and feels better, and just hope for the best so he can come back and finally turn on Christian.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Because Killswitch has been cooking, and it's really fun with him in the patriarchy, and even though they've been teasing the turn for a long time, it honestly has been working, and that just sucks. Again, two people like on the rise, like getting better every week, and here we are.
Yeah, that just happens sometimes. These things happen, so we just gotta take them and hope for the best.
Indeed.
So big ups to Killswitch. Get well soon. Same with Ilja Dragunov, our good friends of ours.
Friends of the show, yeah.
Yeah, they love Dropkick the Commute.
That's true.
They'll be listening.
They will. Number one fans, actually. So, let's hop over to the good news, shall we?
Wow, good news.
You like that?
I like that. Let's hop over.
All right. First of all, Raw was an incredible episode.
Banger.
We're not gonna go too deep into it. We'll cover that on our next episode on Friday or whatever. But Raw was an incredible episode, and Jey Uso debuted a new Intercontinental Championship. It's pretty similar, but it's got some blue, kind of like the old one.
Yeah.
It's got some blue on there, looking real nice. He had a nice little entrance with his kid. And then, they gave him their entire budget of pyro on Raw, so.
Sure did. And you know what? I loved it. I felt like the win itself was good, but this was even better than him winning.
Yeah, I agree.
Just to get him there, new title, crowd entrance with the championship with his son. He's got the whole kit and caboodle. He's rocking with the crowd. He's tearing up, doing his promo. It was good. It was a really good moment.
Yeah, it was a good little celebration for him. And
again, we don't have to dive too deep into that, but I really thought when Braun Breaker came out, I thought he was gonna turn, but instead get a little show of respect from Braun Breaker.
Yeah, so that was really nice to see.
Probably the least unhinged promo he's ever cut.
Yeah, right.
Where he's so all of a sudden just calm.
Yeah, calm and serious, and just hey,
he took his meds.
Yeah, he did.
They pumped him. They pumped some gabapentin in him before he came outside.
Oh my god!
And he was just hey, congrats, man.
So yeah, we'll get deeper into Raw on our next episode here, but yeah, really good stuff from there. NXT today just debuted a new logo for the CW premiere tonight. We are entering the silver and black era.
This is I just found out about this 10 minutes ago. Really cool stuff. I've always associated NXT with gold, though. This is a bold choice.
But what about NXT 2.0? That was so colorful.
Well, fuck that. That doesn't count. I mean, it does, but I remember when that was first announced, someone made a parody, and it was just NXT Kids.
That's so good. I am really excited for NXT tonight, man.
It's gonna be good, dude. I'm gonna actually try and tune in live to it.
Hell yeah.
If not, then I'm probably gonna watch it in the morning tomorrow. So
yeah, brother.
It's gonna be it's pay-per-view level, dude.
Yeah, it's a stacked card.
We got some pay-per-view quality cards coming up.
Yeah.
I feel like Dynamite 5 is gonna be a pretty solid card. Okada and Daniel. That's another thing we can bring
Such
up
a
too.
random match, dude.
Okada versus Danielson. He called out Okada in a promo on Twitter where he was meditating, and the first words he said were "fuck Jon Moxley."
Yeah.
It was very random, and then he was like, "Fuck Jon Moxley, fuck you." Also, I'm going to defend my championship against Okada. And then, what was even weirder is when the match was made official, for some reason, the Continental Championship is also on the line, but only for the first 20 minutes of that match.
Yeah.
And I just want to point out that this was a concept pioneered by Gallier Championship Wrestling a few years ago, known as the K5 Challenge, where, well, it's the opposite, actually. It's when you make it past 5 minutes, then you can win the championship.
Yeah.
I invented that. I'm the first person ever to do that. So I find it a little disrespectful, Tony Khan.
Tony Khan watches GCW confirmed.
There are so many parallels to GCW. It's not even like to AEW. Like I'll be shoving people in random ass matches, and then I look at it and I'm like, damn, this is everything I hate about AEW. But it's okay because I'm doing it in a video game.
And it's virtual. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. What? Yeah, I don't know. Interesting stipulation. I'm very confusion by it.
I'm fine with the stipulation. Like, it makes sense. It's just it's literally a match that came out of nowhere.
It's just out of left field.
Yeah.
It really is.
They were like, we need a main event for Dynamite 5. We need something good. It's like Okada.
If you don't think too much about it, it's a good match.
Yeah.
Even if you do think too much, no matter what, it's a good match. But like at surface level, it'll be. I will enjoy it. AEW is wild. But anyways, I was saying pay-per-view quality cards, Dynamite, and then of course we got Bad Blood, and then NXT tonight, and then Raw next week also is looking pretty fucking packed.
Yeah.
With championship matches. So there's a lot of good stuff on the horizon for the next week or so.
Yeah, and SmackDown, we're gonna have Bayley versus Nia as well.
That's true.
I believe there's a tag championship match too with Damage Control and Bianca and Jade.
Yep, that is also a thing. I would love for this gentleman next to me, to let me merge. Weird that we don't just put Sammy and Gunther on Bad Blood, but
yeah,
they can't exceed the 5-match rule. Also, I want to actually point out another thing. Sorry, I'm thinking of stuff as we're talking about this. The shark cage, is he just going to be trapped in the cage with no shark, now that I'm thinking about it?
No shark?
I don't think there was ever a plan to have a shark.
No, he's just in the shark cage. But the sharks are underneath him. The sharks are Rhea and Liv. You have to think about it. They're the sharks fighting for him.
Is he going to be hanging,
He is going to be hanging above the ring.
Okay, and there's no sharks.
Yeah, Joe Tessitore and Wade said it numerous times. There's no sharks. But, well, the sharks are Rhea and Liv. They're the sharks.
Yeah, I get your...
Get it?
I get your... Yes.
Because they're the sharks?
Yes, I get it. Yeah, it like just dawned on me when Rhea brought out the shark tank and shoved Dominic in, and I was like, wait, I went this whole time thinking there was gonna be like, he was gonna be like underwater, like in a scuba suit.
Why the fuck would that happen?
When you say shark cage, immediately I'm like, oh, so there's gonna be sharks.
Why would there be sharks?
Because it's a shark cage, bro. I don't know. This is like yesterday. Yesterday I found out for the very first time what the point of Control X is, like when you cut and paste.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm dead ass, dude.
That's insane.
I was like, yeah, usually I'll just copy and then delete and paste, and Anna was like, that's what cut is for. It automatically copies it and deletes it. And I was like, holy shit, this is crazy. So I don't know, man. I'm fucking stupid.
Only sometimes. Most of the time, you're smart, though.
Yeah. So no sharks in the shark cage. Then.
No sharks. Okay. No sharks.
I'm writing that one down.
But you know, where there will be sharks.
I don't know where you're going with this.
AEW, when the sharks are out to get the Costco guys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a news piece.
Barstool Sports made an announcement that AJ from the Costco guys.
Yeah, what's it? Is he just gonna wrestle as AJ? Sorry, I'm cutting you off.
He signed a AEW contract to have one match. They don't know where, they don't know when, but I swear to God, if it's on Wrestle Dream 0 Hour, I am gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna go crazy.
It's gonna be
what?
Wrestle Dream 0 Hour against Danielson. Danielson's gonna have his retirement match in the 0. No, he's just gonna have the one match in the 0 hour.
Right. I think he should be in the main event. Put him in there with Mox and Danielson, triple threat
like
for
a
the
triple
AEW World Championship.
We could simulate it.
We should, honestly.
And yeah, that'll be like our prediction.
What is this timeline that we live in where the Costco guys are synonymous with wrestling? Like, it's crazy, man.
I know. Make the kid fight.
They should be a tag team.
No, I don't think that's allowed.
Oh.
I thought it was so funny watching the videos and the video singular, and he was asking his son. He's like, "All right, Big Justice, what do you think about like me getting back in the ring?" And he's just like, "I'm really excited for it because I know how much you love wrestling." And I thought it was funny because the kid is just like, "You love wrestling. I don't."
Yeah. He like doesn't give a
I think
fuck.
he could. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's cool being like however old he is and like going, doing what they're doing. Although there's some exploitative undertones to this whole thing, but allegedly. But yeah, I think it was funny that he was like, "You love wrestling, Dad."
Yeah. So it is just a crazy timeline that we live in, and this has nothing to do with wrestling, but this is the same timeline where Poppy is a metal singer and the Costco guys are wrestlers. It's insane to me.
Yeah. Well, it does have to. Actually, there is a crossover there. Poppy performed on NXT a bunch.
Did she actually?
Yeah, so I think there's... Yeah, bro, she had a song in 2K soundtrack, too.
I actually have no idea.
Yeah, I'll send you some stuff. She, like, performed at a bunch of NXT pay-per-views during COVID.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so there is crossover.
Oh, my God. I'm actually learning that right now for the first time. This is the first time I'm hearing this.
Yeah, so they're not so different.
Oh, my God.
I know.
I don't even know what to say. But anyway, that's the Fender Bender. And
that's the news.
We're going to get into a car crash now.
Beep, beep.
Dropkick the Commute, shining bright in the night. Join the conversation.